hitting very well. Can you say anything about Slade's performance, first of all?
Well, how about I speak about the team first? The team's performance. We have struggled in midweek games. Last year we were 3-8, and we went 0 for 3 against FAU, and we need to play better midweek. We need to play better in a lot of areas, but it was certainly stressed upon the guys that midweek games have got to be more ready to play than we have been in the past couple of years, to be honest with you. But last year was really bad at 3-8. I think we were 10-14 over the last 2 years, and the 2 years before that we were 19-4 in midweek games. So it's a big difference. This is a good start to it. I thought we played overall very well. The lineup is, I think our lineup is tough for pitchers to throw to. There's, it makes them work, and you can tell it's taxing on their pitchers, and they have to, they got to be careful, throwing balls over the plate with our hitters. So that makes it tough and stressful for the pitchers. But, overall I thought it was a good team win. Slade's first outing, he's probably our most talented top recruit on the pitching side anyways. But he's a guy that was slated to go very, very high, no pun intended there. And I thought certainly his fastball's very live. He's got good velocity in the fastball. He needs to work on his off-speed pitches. He has a tendency to not throw them the way he needs to. He just kind of babies them at times, and at times he does throw them, and he looks very good. But he threw 5 innings. He didn't walk anybody. He struck out 5 guys. So just he's a guy I think that's going to be a real force for a couple of years here.
Anything about Florida before I run up to get this in?
No, we hadn't talked about Florida until just now at the end of our meeting, and our coaches are already starting to do scouting reports. We'll watch a lot of stuff on the bus tomorrow on the way up there, videos on their pitchers and hitters. I didn't even know. I guess they lost. You said their second game. Who'd they lose?
7-1.
Who'd they lose?
7-1 of North Florida.
And they lost 6-1, 7-1 the night before, didn't they not? The South.
7-1 at home.
6-1 and 7-1.
Yeah,
Correct.
7-1 at home.
So,
They lost tonight 6-1 away.
When they play us, I almost feel like they it seems like they always play their best baseball. Of course, we're going to face their weekend starters, who are top guys. I don't know who their midweek guys are, and I'm sure they're good too. But the past is the past. We're going to go up there, and we're looking forward to the challenge. Okay.
But I put in my story already. McKendry's starting Friday.
Oh yeah.
It's correct, isn't it?
What, McKendry story?
Yeah. McKendry. I put already. It's already that McKendry's starting this Friday.
He is starting this
Okay.
Friday. Yes.
So I make sure.
You're right. Yeah, no,
Okay.
you're right.
Thanks. Sorry, I have to run.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, Coach, you pretty much started off the season tremendously well. You swept Rutgers. You pretty much capped the 3-game winning streak of FAU. So how does it feel to start the season like you have?
It feels good, but it feels like this is the way we should start the season. We're Miami. We're supposed to win games like these. We're supposed to win, opening series games, and we're supposed to win the majority of our midweek games. FAU's good. I'm not saying anything about FAU or any of our because our midweek games seem to get against a lot of Florida schools, and they're all good. But we're Miami, and we're supposed to win most of those games. And it was good to come out in our first midweek game, along with, like you said, our opening series. And I think everybody probably take away from it was nice to see us score runs, because that's been our nemesis the last few years, is we have not scored runs. And now it looks like, again, we have some balance in our lineup with lefties and righties. We got some guys that can really swing the bat. And it's nice to see Terrell, a guy that we thought when we brought in, we thought he was going to be a force. He didn't have the year everybody expected as a freshman, but you're seeing things of what hopefully we saw as a recruit, that he can hit the ball out of the ballpark anywhere, and of course the home runs. And Del Castillo is going to be one of our all-time. He's going to be one of our all-time special hitters. He's one of those guys that you're just going to, when it's all said and done, people are going to look back and go, "Woo, that guy's special. He can just swing the bat." And then you got the other guys that look good. Freddie looks good. He's stronger. Jenkins is stronger. I know Villar had a tough night tonight, but he's a good player. He's a great, solid player. And so, we popped Tuero in the lineup against the lefty today, because he swings the bat really well. He just hadn't played outfield. That's the reason we hadn't put him out there, because he's an infielder. We're moving to the outfield, so I want him to get and he's still not comfortable if you watch him out there. But he can swing the bat. And so that's another added guy in the lineup with some other guys, and he's left-handed. So I kind of like where the offense is going and what it looks like right now.
Yeah, so far you've outscored opponents by, if I added the numbers right, 46-11. And given the struggles that the Gators are having early in the season and the rivalry, is there anything you guys plan to go into that game with besides scouting?
No, I mean, again, they're Florida still, and they can pitch. I mean, I know the midweek scores you just told to me, but they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday guys. Go look what they did over the weekend. I'm sure they dominated pretty well. Other than the first guy, I think walked some guys. Their Friday guy, but those are all big time arms. They can always pitch, so I wouldn't expect them to be high scoring games. But if we do, that's great. But if not, we need to pitch. We need to defend. We got to find a way to outscore them certainly, but. No, I mean, I just like the attitude of our team right now. It's different. It feels different. I think they feel different. The whole fall and spring, so far in the spring, has been a different atmosphere, culture, whatever you want to say. The players know it. They've worked very, very hard, and so it's just 4 games. This is baseball. It's a long season, but it's certainly a great way to start.
4 games in, is there anything that you have concerns about?
I'm a coach. I got concerns about everything. Geez, concerns. I mean,
because you're outscoring the team, so is there anything?
You're always concerned about stuff. I mean, we put up 4 runs and we let them come back and score a couple runs. That's not a good formula for winning. I told them, one of the big things you got to do when you score runs, when it's a run 2 through, you got to have a shutdown inning where you put up a 0. Now the good news is when they scored, we came back, I think, twice and added runs to it. And finally, that final time was kind of just the nail in the coffin. So that's always good to see because they were still – I'm coaching third. I can feel their dugout. They're still very into the game. But at the end, you don't feel that anymore. At the end, when we finally kind of put the knockout blow into them. And so we got up 6 or 7 runs, I guess, with the home run. But, yeah, so, I'm happy overall with everything. But there's always work to be done. At the end of the day – I tell our guys, I said this in many a times in front of you guys, and we have to get better and better and better every day. We better not be the same team at the end of the season that we are now. That can't happen because there's going to be 8 teams standing at the end of the season that are really good, and we have to be one of those teams playing the best baseball in the country of the 8 teams. And that's how you get to Omaha, and that's how you have a chance to win a championship. So you can't start doing any of this stuff and patting yourself on the back. Tomorrow's a practice. It's on the road. We got to get better, and each day we got to get better and better and better. We don't want to go backwards, and we certainly don't want to level off. So that's the message.